Hello everyone, this is Riley with Pantheon Design. We've recently released a new slicer update, version 2.6.1 for our Pantheon slicer. And some of our customers are having a few difficulties when they're downloading the slicer and when they're slicing the parts and uploading it to their machine. So I'm just going to walk you guys through it a little bit here. So we're just going to go to the page here to get the newest version of slicer, the Pantheon slicer here. I have a Windows machine here, so I'm just going to get this one. I'm just going to install it for me. So I'm greeted with this page here, so I'm just going to click Finish. So I'm booted up to revision 3.2. I'm going to check for configuration updates. We have a new update, so I'm just going to open that. And you might end up with this default filament. And that's just because the filaments here are just unselected. So I'm just going to click all to select them all, finish. So now we have the latest version of slicer. So I'm just going to upload a part here and put on expert mode because it defaults to simple mode. Okay, so I'm going to go to the machine now. Certain people will not have the chassis temperature sensor, and you'll notice an issue when we first get that. So I'm just going to upload that part I just made. I'm going to print it. The machine will start homing, preheating the chamber, and I'll get this warning, unknown temperature sensor chassis, and it'll get the print canceled. So if that happens to you, we just got to go to the machine, and if we're in, this will default to where the machine is. If we go to the hardware section and the Manta, you'll notice in here, we have our release notes for revision 3.5. If you have this problem specifically, which is this one, right? Unknown temperature sensor chamber, is that the problem we're having? Unknown temperature chassis. What you want to do is follow these steps. We're going to just go follow them quickly. From the hardware folder, delete this one and upload this one. Okay, so I'm just going to download that. Keep that, yeah. So I'm going to go to my machine, going to delete. I'm going to upload, just upload it, and then we'll change it. Change the name in here. This is what it's supposed to be. And then we'll just restart the machine here. Cool, and now we got the chassis temperature sensor here. So we'll just home the machine. And we'll start that again. So we'll get homing, preheating chamber. It'll wait for this to get to 32 degrees Celsius. But since I'm already pretty hot right now, it just immediately bypassed that. If your machine is pretty cold, it might take considerable time for the chassis to reach 32 degrees, but that's an expected behavior with the new profiles. So it's going to heat the nozzle to a new probe temperature, which for PACF is 240 degrees. After that, it'll run the probing routine and then heats the nozzle to the final print temperature, which I think is 295 now for the PACF. If you're wondering about the changes to the profile, please check out the release notes. Quite a bit of documentation on what's changed and also a bit of what new behavior the machine will exhibit based on different from the old slicer profiles. So you'll see that the machine will heat up until the top plate is 32 degrees. And that for some people, if you're coming into the first thing in the morning or something and the machine is cold, it might take like half an hour, if not longer, for the machine to actually heat soak up to 32 degrees Celsius. If you're using a Mac, the setup is very similar. Just follow these instructions.